Yeah, we're going to Silicon Valley, and we just want to talk about basically startups and how the world is right now, and how the world is so cheap. A lot of people think California is coming along, but actually China is coming along. China, I don't understand it. It's, they say it's good living here, but basically, it's too much regulation. Regulation kills business. Regulation doesn't innovate. If you go to China, it's sad. If you're American, you go to China, you see high-speed rail everywhere. You see businesses flourishing. Big businesses flourish. Small businesses turn into big businesses overnight. You just don't have a couple of people just making it like it is here in America. Actually, being here in America is kind of sad. And then we have the race problem here in America. That kind of sucks. And no one wants to talk about it now. But that's a downer. It's a bummer. I kind of wish we were just all one race. But unfortunately we're not. So, and basically, we're in this big melting pot, and we had one dominant culture for many decades, and that dominant culture basically had the tabs on everything for decades, and all of a sudden you're like, oh snap, we don't have those tabs on anybody anymore, and because basically the media and social media, so homie, you can't play that anymore. But yeah, it's pretty much but what I'm getting at is the monopolies. America is good for a big monopoly, and China's not. China is for the small business. Basically you could start a business, and if you knew Chinese, you could really make a lot of money really quick in China. But I could just be in the wrong business. I could just be in the wrong business in America. So all my businesses never made any money. It's just when you try to make money, everyone's just so cheap. Like, we come across cheap people all the time. It's like, damn, like, everyone's just gouging for the dollar. It's like, it's not like how it used to be. And that's why I kind of missed the dot-com boom. Because during the dot-com boom, the bubble, it brought money to poor people. I was part of that. I remember going to the bank and getting credit, getting a loan, and them not like, gut cavity checking you and stuff. Back in that day, I was too young, but stupid. But at least, back then, it was it was basically a hold on, turn off my flashlight. It was basically easy to get credit, easy to get a loan, and now it's not. So basically, if you go out and try to get a loan or something, it's physically impossible right now. And to me, that was because of bad regulations that tried to prevent overspending. But to me, overspending is good. Your economies want to kind of overspend. Yeah, it makes no sense for so much regulation. But regulation is good for one side of the economy, but the other side is not good. So it has its goods and its bad, but and overall, it's not good for someone trying to come up. And I believe it's not good for someone who's minority too. So if you're minority in America, you get a bum rap for whatever you do. So then you kind of have to work twice as hard. But I don't want to go into that. But it's kind of, it's kind of like my overall point is you have to basically steal, be deceptive in order to make it. It seems like. It doesn't seem like if you're the honest person that does honest work every day, you're gonna lose. Because there's always something out there that, you could basically, get shammed. And what I mean by that is just, going to work 9 to 5 and putting your blood and guts into a job just to, get fired at the end of the day after you made that company a couple $1 million. But yeah. And one thing is the state of California is just way overpriced. The quality is not there. The quality is not there. It's super, super bad. Like I could go to other states. I could go to Hawaii. Be a much better quality. If I'm gonna pay this much for housing, you might as well just go to Hawaii. All those people who want to move to California, might as well just move to Hawaii or Oregon or Washington State. Those states are a little bit high too. I probably would move to Oregon. Oregon's a little bit cheaper, but California's just way overpriced, and no one wants to pay anything for anything. Like, that's the 805. What is that? 805? Yeah, 805 brewery. We're in Paso Robles, man. But yeah, it's basically, I'd rather live in a nice state that has nice weather than be in a state that has California's, the weather is not that nice. It just depends where you live. I think there's better places to live than in the big cities, but in the big cities, if you live out in the country on the outskirts of the other cities, if you don't live in the big cities, there's no work. So I don't understand that, how you're supposed to make it in California. Basically, and that's what I just go over, It's like, it doesn't make any sense to stay in a state that everyone's just so cheap and everyone's just trying to catch up with all this Joneses and stuff, man. And what I mean by that is I'm on a new car and get all this new stuff, and basically in a few years file for bankruptcy. But yeah, it's basically I always try to figure out the individual before you make judgments on people. And it's not going well here in California, I believe. Only to a certain group of people, and that's it. And to me, people down Mark Zuckerberg, but it's not his fault. It's something new, and the law hasn't been written yet. So of course he's going to take advantage of the situation. And there's since there's so much regulation, he really came up at the right time, for Facebook, because since, basically there's not going to be any other social media but Facebook now, because of, it's physically impossible to start something that's new because of overregulation. What I mean by that, that's what the first .com bubble or boom was pretty good because it got money, capital in the hands of people who didn't have it before, and that what boomed the economy. Now it's like it's only monopolies rehashing stuff, and not basically into the money where it's supposed to be for innovation. So it's going to be a long time before you see innovation in America. Maybe you'll probably see that comes up from somewhere else. And I probably think of it probably be China. China has came out with a lot of great tools out there. India is probably next, and Korea. But I would say it'll probably be not much coming back from America anymore, since it's just basically, it's just way too much overregulation. It's just monopolies. Once you have a monopoly, it's hard to change it up, basically. So like one thing is like the gas monopoly. Why the hell, excuse my French, is gas so expensive in California? And majority of the gas is, people don't understand, is drilled in California off the coastline. If you go off the coastline, Huntington Beach to Santa Barbara, it's basically oil rigs out there, and no one really talks about that. So Chevron, Shell, Royal Dutch, all those companies, man, Mobil, it's basically, it's the same companies like rehashing refinery oil, man, and overcharging us. And then they said they changed the renter grade into the better burning grade. It's hogwash. I don't believe that. Because, your car emissions are so advanced right now. They take out mostly a lot of the newer cars. Like if you have a new car, the new car emissions take out so much of the pollutants, like you wouldn't believe it now. So that's why I highly doubt that it's a better grade than Arizona gas or Florida gas. It's like, to me, it's like, okay, if it's I always say this, if it's a better grade, then how do they refine it? When they refine it, so does the refinery have a special tool or something like that to make it a special grade, or special to take a special chemical out that make it burn cleaner or something like that? No, see, I don't buy that. That's kind of hogwash, man. But yeah, I really do believe that is pretty much a big like Merrill Lynch cover up, man, with the gas companies. OPEC. Go look up OPEC. OPEC is basically some kind of like union from like the United Emirates, Arab countries that formed a union, and basically, got these where that accent come from? Like, it sounds like Schwarzenegger. I need that. Yeah, but where were we before we got into the Schwarzenegger? But I would say that it's a sham. It's definitely a sham, the gas crunch, man. Especially here in California, why is it so high? We're like the biggest state in the whole union, and we have the most expensive cost of living. So why don't we make more than everyone else? That should be the one big reason for Californians. Why do we have to be so cheap at the employment? Why employers don't pay a good wage? You know, if every, you know, we should go look up bankruptcies in California. I bet California ranked #1 for the union for bankruptcies. So, but yeah, I'm not mad or anything. I love the state and everything, but it's just, sometimes it's just, they gotta improve it. We got a new Governor Gavin Newsom, and one thing that sucked about what happened about him is basically he killed the high-speed rail. And what he could have done, he could have just hold on, fuck, shit, some wild turn on the 101. Man, I hate construction, man. Hold on. I hate construction. Construction on freeways is just, I think they cause more accidents than they prevent. Sometimes, I don't think they understand that the severity of construction on these freeways sometimes is just hideous, man. It's like, I don't understand. Holy shit, where's this going? I don't understand. It's dark, it's really dark. It's like 3 a.m., 2 a.m. in the morning. And we're going to Silicon Valley. And we can't see the road because it's so dark. And this construction is crazy, man. Alright, I guess that ends the YouTube video. I had to concentrate on driving. Later.